Well, Stellantis has done it again. Just read that they are moving some of their Ram truck production to Mexico. This is only the beginning. We'll chat about this some more in a minute. Roll the intro. Welcome back to Beyond the Lens Productions, guys. Today we're going to talk about a little more about Stellantis and their recent announcement. This is, I don't know, it's not good for the US, it's not good for the workers, it's not good for the customer. But they're moving some of their Ram truck production to Mexico. I find it very hard to believe that it's only going to be some, considering Mr. Carlos Tavares and his recent mistakes, things he's been doing to the company. He's only going to move some of it. I mean, the heavy duty truck production, the van production, and some of the commercial vehicles are already in Mexico. It was released in the news today that for about the past 6 months, that Stellantis has been putting an addition on their factory in Mexico that is a half a kilometer long. So they got big plans for this. I don't really see this as being just some of the production. So they got something up their sleeve. They haven't announced whether there's going to be a battery powered Ram, or it's going to be the gasoline. I'm going to bet on the gasoline version. I really think that's what's going to be happening. And if you look at the numbers just in the last year alone, from 2023 to 2024, and it's not even the end of the year yet, and the production in Mexico has risen from 24 to 27%. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what they're doing here. I don't know who he thinks he's going to be fooling by saying that this is just going to be some production, but anyhow, piss off the UEW. And I don't know if at this point he really seems to care. I don't know if he's got something up his sleeve with that, but I really don't seem to think he seems to care about that, or the workers for that matter. But anyhow, they're not the first manufacturer to do this. I mean, and this isn't anything new either. I mean, they've been producing vehicles in Mexico since the early mid 90s. Around the same time, the GM moved their plant into Mexico after the free trade agreement between the US, Canada, and Mexico. So, I mean, this is nothing new, but it just seems to be growing at an almost exponential rate. So, I mean, I remember I had a 2008 Silverado. It was built in Oshawa, and the Oshawa plant won tons of awards for productivity and quality, you name it. They won tons of awards. And then I think it was 2010, something like that. They just pulled it out there altogether, sent it to Mexico. I'll be honest, I would probably have bought a new Silverado a lot sooner. I waited till 2020. And one of the main reasons I waited was because I didn't want to buy a Mexican truck. I didn't. So they started moving production back, and they moved it back into the States. And it was that point that I'm like, okay, then I'll consider buying your product again. And I'll tell you, they certainly didn't put the price down on those Silverados, and I'm sure they're not going to put the price down the Ram. With the way Stellantis is going at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised they didn't put it up in price again. And they've almost priced themselves out of the market as it is. I mean, if you want to hear more about that, you can watch my earlier video on Stellantis and what they've done with some of their pricing and that. So anyhow, I digress. It's a sad day. It's really not good for anybody except for them and their pocketbooks. But I don't know. I don't believe anything this guy says at this point. Like, he'll say one thing and then next thing you know, he turns around and does something totally different. So he just needs to go. He runs the company into the ground. And there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there that think he's trying to run into the ground. Maybe he is. I don't know. Not sure. But anyhow, yeah, that's the story on the Ram. I would like to come at you guys with some better news than this, but yeah, anyhow, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like it below. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I'm bringing you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate